Hi, I'm Rob Eder. You're watching Drugstore News TV. We're here in Chicago's hip and eclectic Bucktown Wicker Park neighborhood at one of Walgreens' newest flagship stores. I'm here with Divisional Vice President of Category Strategy, Innovation, and Space Management, Beth Stiller.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Beth. We're here to talk a little bit about this really cool store. It's a reclaimed historic building, and we're going to talk about really some of the cool architectural features and new features in the store. But we're also going to talk about the core mission of some of the core categories in the store, health and beauty, which is really what drives Walgreens' core business. Can you talk to our viewers a little bit about, the space we're standing in and what the customer sees?
Yeah, this is a really important business to the community. It's been here since 1919. It was built originally as a bank building, opened in 1920 as a bank. Okay. And I'll tell you, it's so important to this community because it's actually sat empty for about 7 years. And we've been working with Chicago Commission of Landmarks for over 2 years on the restoration of this building to bring it back to its original glory. And we wanted to be really careful to make sure that we did justice to the incredible architecture and elements. So you just saw that beautiful shot of the ceiling. It's a plaster ceiling that was painstakingly restored on scaffolding on their backs, making sure that we were able to bring it back to its original look. Same thing with the beautiful skylight. What's interesting with our 6-point skylight, which mirrors the corner that we're on, which is a 6 points corner, is we spent a lot of time, A, restoring that, and B, making sure that you could get that sense of light 24 hours a day. So when it gets a little dim outside and through the night, you'll see that we've got lights shining on that, so it looks like it's always illuminated. So there's lots of little details in this store that really do justice to the original architecture, and we'll see those as we walk through the store, but it's truly breathtaking. We feel lucky to be in this type of location and part of the Bucktown Wicker Park community.
Okay. And you talk about the Bucktown Wicker Park community. I mean, it seems very young, it's very vibrant, it's very artsy.
That's right.
There's a lot of cool stuff, but with that, when you have neighborhoods like that, they're usually underserved. Whether it comes to food, retail. So I guess this store is playing an important part in the community as well. Yeah,
this really fills a need in this community. It's a walking and biking community, so it's important to make sure that you've got great services real close by. So everything from phenomenal healthcare that we offer in our lower level to being that great fill-in grocery shop, craft beers, or your beauty fix upstairs. We make sure that we're a real destination in the community, and this is an underserved community with respect to grocery and healthcare. So I think we're really filling that gap.
You mentioned that this community is a little bit unique in that there's they do a lot of walking, they're on their bikes a lot, and then I'm walking through this aisle and talk to me about what's going on over here, because I've never seen this in any Walgreens store.
And you know what? That's exactly right. It's very custom to this store. We have more places to park your bike here than to park cars, because that reflects the community that we operate in. So we understood pretty quickly as we were setting this store up that we were going to need to address all of their needs, not just get them into the store, but make sure that they've got everything they need to take care of their bikes. So this is a custom 3-foot section of everything you would need, from a patch kit to the gloves that you're wearing right now, to titanium locks, to handlebars, to the flugelhorn. We've got everything you need to trick out your bike. There it is. And I'll tell you, the feedback from customers has been tremendous. It shows that we really understand the fabric of the community and that we meet their needs up and down every aisle. And when we got to know the customers who live in this neighborhood, we understood that there was a high percentage of homeowners that had cats and dogs in their homes, and they are very important in this community. You will see it, strollers and labs up and down every one of the side streets. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough space that we served that really well. So from top to bottom, we had all of their needs covered, not just in a tight assortment. So really tough. A store that's 30,000 square feet, you'd think we'd have tons of room to do everything. We had to make some conscious choices to shrink some categories to make sure that we were able to put our full offering. And the one thing you'll see here as well is we've got a full offering of our private brand, pet shop brand in this category, which has been a huge success for us, and pet owners are loving it, and we continue to expand.
I think what's really important here, and I think that the key takeaway for vendors all over the store, is that Walgreens is evaluating very closely every inch of space.
That's right.
And looking for ways to innovate within that space as it's relevant to the local consumer.
Oh, it's so true. We cannot pull off a location like this without unbelievable collaboration from our vendor partners. So up and down every aisle, you'll see unique planograms and unique offerings that came from really close working relationships with some great vendor partners. That's how we pull off a location like this. We don't do it alone, that's for sure. Most importantly on this floor is to provide great access to community health care. So putting our well-experienced principals in place, bringing our wonderful pharmacist out front so he's got great access to customers and there's a great relationship in the store is really important to us. But also important, as we saw upstairs, was making sure we paid homage to the great architecture and the history of the building. So you'll notice no other store in the chain will look like this one. This is really built with all kinds of architectural elements and design cues from the old bank building. Right. Everything from the type of chairs in the waiting room to the wallpaper to the beautiful wood paneling. This feels a lot like what it would have felt like in the 1920s and 30s when you were in the bank, but it still holds all of the principles of the well experience and the community pharmacy element true.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's fun. It's almost like, you got wellness, in the bank. Right.
That's right, and we'll show you some other neat things we did downstairs on this lower level to make sure that it felt bright, inviting, and a great environment for our healthcare services.
The thing about OTC, I started in OTC, it's always been difficult for customers to navigate. They're sick and they don't know what they need.
That's right.
Talk to us about what you guys are doing to help make it easier.
Yeah, the team that runs health and wellness is second to none, I think, in the industry, and took that insight of people really needing help when they're in the aisle at that moment of truth where they're trying to find their solution. Right. How do you provide answers? So what they did is they went and created the Answers program at Walgreens, which really goes through what some of the most common questions or concerns are when you're in any of these healthcare aisles, and lays out really easy ways for customers to navigate the category and find answers to the most common questions that they have. We support the on-shelf signage with great little booklets that people can take away based on how they want to consume their information, and of course working with our vendor partners make sure this content is spot on in terms of what customers are worrying about and thinking about, and also of course giving them the incentive of coupons inside to bring them back into the store. Now there is one other way that we help customers in this location and some selected locations across the country, and that's our health guide. So we actually have a trained employee that comes in the health and wellness area and is armed with an iPad and an app that helps guide people through the same type of issues for those that have more concerns. It's that concierge downstairs to help them figure out where to find the answers to their questions. Is it something they can be helped with down the aisle, or do they need to come and speak with the pharmacist? That's that point of contact that really extends that healthcare offering and helps us support community pharmacy.
Don't adjust your TV screens. I'm not Geraldo Rivera. We're not in Al Capone's vault. What this is, though, Beth, is a really extraordinary example of how you take a problem and make a solution out of it. We're very innovative. Drugstores for years have reclaimed bank buildings, and they're left with usually a very expensive problem, the vault.
That's right.
So talk to us. This is an amazing space. Talk to us about what you did with this.
Right. So, when we took a look at the vault, it was just such a beautiful room and had been preserved so well that we wanted to spend a little extra time thinking how we could work it into our store. So, of course, this whole lower level is dedicated to health and wellness. So we took a signature category, vitamins and supplements, and placed it in here and created the vitamin vault. Right. So not only is it a great showcase for an expanded offering of vitamins and supplements, but it creates great theater and animation around the category as well.
It's terrific. And you picked the signature category. How do you choose vitamins? You could put anything in here. Yeah,
you could. It needed to be a category A that fit well in this space, where customers wanted time to browse. It's a wonderful place to stand and browse. So categories that have a little higher engagement level. And we thought that an important category such as this one, where it's important to us to win in this category, we wanted to treat it in a very special and unique way, which indeed we have.
Here we are, we're upstairs, we're in the Look Boutique, and I think it's important because we've spent some time with you folks talking about Look Boutique, and we fall into this trap of thinking that this is the new beauty department and this is the way it's going to look. But
that's right.
Talk to us about how the Look Boutique works in some places, and in other places you're going for something else. What's the strategy, I guess, for beauty?
Sure. I mean, Look Boutique doesn't work in every environment, right? So we need to make sure that we're placing it in communities where we think it will thrive and where it will meet a need and fill a gap. So certainly Wicker Park Bucktown is thrilled to have a Look Boutique on their corner. But what's important to know is it's not an either-or strategy. So you'll find Look Boutique and our beautiful cosmetic departments exist and coexist quite nicely together. We see the entire store rise in terms of being a beauty destination when we drop a Look Boutique in, because it's exactly how she wants to shop. She wants to spend $2.99 on a nail polish or a lipstick today and potentially $24.99 tomorrow based on the color or the shade or the occasion. So we want to give her the full breadth. So we spend a lot of time making sure that our beauty advisors understand and have that wonderful unbiased approach to let every customer find the perfect solution for their needs.
So Beth, I mean, let's just so that everybody, all of our viewers are clear and our vendors are clear, this isn't necessarily right for every store, and there's still some places, some communities where the traditional mass beauty set work best. Absolutely,
and we continue to evolve that model and heighten the experience within those beautiful cosmetic departments across the country. So when you walk into a well-experienced store, you'll see that we've amped up that department. We've created a beautiful environment for the 25,000 beauty advisors we have across the country to provide, once again, that unbiased expert advice to help her find the perfect solution. So those beautiful stores are a very important part of our strategy, and they will be, as I mentioned, improved and enhanced across the country.